A lot of speak, but for me it doesn't matter.
I don't know. Maybe Daniel afraid me. I don't know. It just show for me.
I'm hearing everybody else is saying they've only just found out. It's breaking news. It's like the Conor Ben situation. The news is changing every hour. So let's see what more information comes out this afternoon. What more information?
Daniel Dubois got attacked by Usyk, and it wasn't just physical, it was personal. Usyk didn't need to raise his voice. With one cold, dismissive line, he made it clear Dubois' excuses don't matter. This wasn't just about the failed drug test, it was about character. While Dubois scrambles for sympathy, Usyk stays unbothered. The fight was already won. The respect never earned.
Don't worry. Take it easy, buddy.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, man.
Okay. I wait you.
Yeah.
Now Dubois wants to plead his case. After a failed drug test, he's suddenly talking about staying clean and hard work. It's a weak cover-up. Fans aren't naive, and Usyk certainly isn't. While Dubois talks, Usyk has receipts, 12 clinical rounds, and a shattered narrative. When your hands get caught in the cookie jar, dedication sounds like damage control. But wait, it gets even more ridiculous. The man accused of drug use actually dares to call out others?
No, clean, stay clean. I know I'm clean. I don't use anything, you know. It's just hard work and dedication.
The audacity is unreal. Daniel Dubois, after failing a drug test, is now preaching about cleaning up the sport? If that's the standard, then he's first out the door. There's nothing more hypocritical than a man caught red-handed trying to position himself as the clean-cut warrior. Usyk didn't need supplements, just skills. That's what a real fighter looks like.
Finding people that are, you know, doing that sort of thing. So, you know, drug treats need to, you know, they need to step aside and let real fighters fight.
When Anthony Joshua speaks, the sport listens. And here, there's no gray area. AJ calls it like it is. Dubois is a drug cheat, and boxing has no room for that. No sympathy, no sugarcoating, just facts. If the roles were reversed, Dubois fans would scream for a lifetime ban. Now it's time to face the consequences. Usyk didn't just beat him, he exposed him.
Is that a fight you'd entertain?
No.
At no point, no.
Johnny Nelson's frustration says it all. This stinks of another Conor Ben-style circus. A cloud of confusion, shifting timelines, and no clear answers. Fans are left guessing, trust is eroding, and Dubois' silence screams louder than his words. Meanwhile, Usyk's reputation remains untouched. When the smoke clears, one thing will remain true. Usyk didn't just outbox him, he outclassed him in every way.
It don't matter what drugs you take. It doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter, and that's proof. You know, so until more news comes.
Frank Warren sounds like a man slowly realizing the house of cards has collapsed. The penny dropped? Mate, the penny dropped. The alarm rang and the building's been on fire since the drug test scandal hit the surface. He's now talking lawsuits, governing bodies, and non-runners, but it's all a diversion. The truth is simple. Dubois wasn't fit to face Usyk again, not because of injuries or bad luck, but because he failed the sport's most basic code, fight clean. Frank's trying to paint the whole situation as madness, but this isn't chaos, it's consequence. You back a fighter who cuts corners, and sooner or later it all unravels. Usyk stood tall in the ring and in principle. While Dubois' team is chasing legal angles, Usyk's legacy remains intact, untouched by scandal. Frank can spin it any way he likes, but to the fans, this isn't complex. Dubois cheated, and Usyk crushed him twice.
And let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward. And some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, you know, the board being sued and something, but and so forth is just a non-runner. It's
Joe Rogan's words cut through with brutal honesty. It's not just about PEDs, it's about choices. He's talking about another fighter here, but the message echoes loudly in the case of Daniel Dubois. You can't just flip a switch, pray your way out, and expect the past to vanish. Whether it's steroids, distractions, or smoke and mirrors, boxing always finds the truth. And the truth here, Dubois got caught. No redemption arc, no holy turnaround. He failed the test and now faces the consequences. Compare that to Usyk, who's been disciplined from day one, clean diet, clean mind, and a masterclass every time he steps in the ring. Dubois may now try to clean up his image, but once the trust is broken, it's a long road back. As Rogan said, once the fun stops, the knockouts start. In Dubois' case, it started with Usyk's left hand and ended with the failed test.
A two-sided story there. He got off PEDs and he also found Jesus Christ. So he stopped going to strip clubs, he stopped hanging out with girls, but he stopped having fun. And then got serious about Jesus and got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, take them steroids.
Simon Jordan nails it. There should be no second chances when it comes to cheating. Fail a drug test and you're gone. No learning curve, no redemption story, just out. And in Dubois' case, it's not just the failed test, it's the hypocrisy, the timing, and the silence. Spencer Oliver echoes that same sentiment. If the sport keeps handing out get out of jail cards, fighters will keep gambling. But what about the fighters like Usyk, who stick to discipline, honor, and pure boxing craft? Why should they face men who cut corners? If boxing wants to clean up its image, this has to be the line in the sand. Dubois crossed it. End of story. This isn't just about rules, it's about fairness. Usyk didn't need enhancements. He relied on footwork, IQ, and years of hard graft. That's what fans pay to see. The rest, gone ski, as Jordan put it.
Yeah, listen, I've always been strong on that. I've always been strong on the fact that I don't believe in giving them a second chance.
You're basically saying no 3 strikes and you're out.
No 3
strikes and you're out.
No.
One, you fail a test and gone ski.
Absolutely, because I just believe then that moving forward, people would think twice about doing it. If they think, well, you know what, I'll get a second chance anyway, you know.
Usyk didn't just land punches in the ring, he's landing psychological body shots now. Calling Dubois a quitter on camera with Carl Froch sitting right beside him is cold-blooded but brutally honest. This isn't trash talk, it's a truth bomb. Usyk references the Joyce fight where Dubois took a knee. He reminds fans Dubois finished their fight the exact same way, on the canvas, voluntarily. And now, with drug test whispers swirling and the pressure of a rematch mounting, Usyk adds the final jab. Daniel, little bit afraid. No rage, no shouting, just surgical disrespect. The same clinical sharpness we saw in the ring. When a man like Usyk, who's fought the biggest and best, says you're scared, that sticks. Dubois might call it mind games, but fans see through it. The truth is, Dubois has cracked under pressure before, and with accusations hanging over his head, the fear now isn't just about facing Usyk, it's about being exposed again. This isn't a rivalry anymore, it's a dismantling. Round by round, statement by statement, Usyk is proving he owns Dubois mentally, physically, and now publicly.
Deserve this opportunity? Or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel deserves, because Daniel from UK, it's interesting for.
Here comes the old tune. I was robbed. Dubois continues to cling to the idea that he somehow deserved to win their first fight, based on a questionable low blow claim and a brief moment of momentum. But boxing isn't about moments, it's about mastery. And Usyk delivered that in every round. The idea that Dubois was robbed is laughable to anyone who watched him take a knee and quit. Now he's promising to throw the kitchen sink? That's desperation talking, not strategy. Let's not forget, he's making these statements under the cloud of a potential drug test failure. How can you demand justice when your own integrity's under question? Instead of accountability, we're getting excuses. Instead of improvement, we're getting blame. Usyk's been hit to the body by bigger punchers than Dubois and kept moving. The real robbery? That Usyk's clinical performance keeps getting overshadowed by Dubois' pity campaign. If Dubois truly wants redemption, he should stop talking about being robbed and start talking about earning respect. But with this kind of mindset and everything surrounding him, he's setting himself up for another fall. Usyk isn't just ready, he's waiting with receipts.
He's been down a few times with body shots, so yeah, there's definitely this time I got to throw this kitchen sink at him, you know.
Yeah.
Duke McKenzie tries to give Dubois credit, and fair enough. Yes, Daniel is more composed, maybe more calculated, but Duke's final line exposes the truth. If he was fighting anyone but Usyk, that says it all. Against anyone else, maybe Dubois looks like a threat, but not against the Ukrainian master technician, because seasoning doesn't beat brilliance. Picking your punches doesn't matter when your target is out of range and countering from angles you've never seen. And what about heart? We've heard it before, yet the Joyce fight ended on a knee. So did the Usyk fight. And now a drug scandal too? What's heart when you're quitting or allegedly cheating? These are more red flags than signs of growth. Usyk's not fooled, and neither are fans. Duke's cautious praise feels more like a respectful warning. Dubois may have improved, but it's nowhere near enough, especially against a man who dances around danger and breaks you down without blinking. Dubois might be a better version of himself now, but Usyk, he's still the final boss. And all the seasoning in the world won't change the result if this rematch happens.
If he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I would pick him to win, but what they're convinced...
You think he is number 2 heavyweight in the world right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl Froch says what many are thinking, but there's more to unpack here. He calls Dubois a different machine and gives him a puncher's chance, but still can't deny Usyk is the clear favorite. Then comes the twist. Froch suggests Usyk shouldn't keep fighting. Is that concern or subtle doubt? Either way, let's call it straight. Usyk has never looked more focused. He dismantled Joshua twice, broke Dubois both mentally and physically, and has zero signs of slowing. Meanwhile, Dubois is surrounded by controversy and uncertainty. Froch may be trying to hype up the rematch, but his own language admits the truth. Dubois needs a lot to go right just to stand a chance. Even if he is more confident, that doesn't erase history, especially not when that history includes quitting mid-fight, inconsistent performances, and now a potential drug test failure. Froch's respect for Usyk shines through in how careful he is, because deep down, everyone knows Dubois is stepping into a chess match he's already lost once. This isn't a 50-50-ish, it's Usyk's fight to end, again.
Now is a different machine.
Self-confidence will be...
And time waits for no man, as the saying goes. I just think that this is a fight that's exciting. It's a good fight. You've got to make Usyk the favourite, but it's a fight that Daniel Dubois can definitely win.
Yes.
I don't think Usyk should.
Daniel Dubois got attacked by Oleksandr Usyk, not just in the ring, but now in reputation, legacy, and the court of public opinion. What started with a clean defeat has spiraled into controversy, with Usyk now exposing the cracks in Dubois' character. From calling him a quitter to questioning his heart, Usyk hasn't held back, and now, with failed drug test rumors hanging in the air, Dubois is facing something far worse than a body shot: credibility collapse. Let's not ignore the signs. This is the same fighter who pulled out against Joseph Parker, finished on one knee against Joyce and Usyk, and now suddenly finds himself surrounded by legal talk and governing body pressure. Will he pull out again? Will the rematch crumble before it even forms? The truth is, this isn't just a rematch narrative. It's a battle between a fighter who's always been elite and clean, and one who's looking more and more like a man trying to cheat the climb. Usyk, for his part, remains untouched, mentally sharp, physically supreme, and carrying the sport's dignity on his shoulders. Dubois' camp can spin it all they like, but when Usyk says he is afraid, it hits different because it rings true. The rematch, if it ever happens, isn't just about belts anymore, it's about justice. And if Dubois did fail that test, it's not just the fight that should be called off, it's the charade. Let us know, should Dubois be banned, punished, or given one last chance? Comment below, subscribe for more breakdowns, and stay locked in, because this story is far from over.